Not gonna fight in the lane this game. It's gonna be those scrappy jungle fights. So LYON really wants to scrap, but Linces won't give it up for free.
Linces forced to use the call of the pack. Combo onto Fleshy, but that's all of their cooldowns for Alvaro gone. Using the heal for the extra movement speed to get out of the crash down. Isupa is now forced to retreat. Fiesta moving in. The grasping maw can come out in a second, but a nice knock-up onto Fiesta makes it a little bit harder for them to pursue. Sidestep from Alvaro doesn't really mean anything, and it's first blood for Linces.
And look, Linces now, he's not going to take the bot grab, he's going to chase LYON into top set. No flash on Jojo here. Fletch is here as well.
Jojo Pune comes in, uses the wall to get Fleshy out of the picture, but now he's just going to fall. He's got no egg! He's got no flash! And it's not the Jarvan he needed to worry about, Finn! It's the dog and the lady on the metal horse!
And Fleshy stepping up here together with Linces. They were under a lot of scrutiny, but so far on the Jarvan, I mean on the Naafiri and the Rel, they are finding every single early opportunity that they need. Walked away, but he was so committed to dodging the Qs, he just stayed in there and kept fighting.
As someone who's never played this matchup in their life, Finn, I didn't know that. It really did look like Mirwin had to dance around everything.
It looked sick.
Probably had enough HP to just eat one Q and leave. Maybe you're right, but instead, he went for a totally unnecessary route of play where he had to dodge stuff.
I love that.
I love it too. If he had died, though, it would have been very, very bad. And speaking of...
What is that solo kill? What? He just threw a Q at you. Like, you know he can do that. Why did you expect a different outcome?
What has happened to MKOI? The consistency in lane. We just talked so much about Jojo, how dominant he is. The most dominant individual player.
He's getting styled on by Fiesta this game. Fiesta moving first for that bot skirmish, getting that lead, and now with this
Fiesta, he's the one on the back foot. He has less damage, less survivability. Waiting on the egg should be available soonish, if it's not available now. Is LYON gonna kick things off? Good two-man Cataclysm, flash out from Carzzy. Supa on the way in, desperate to hold on, desperate to carry as Mirwin's gonna fall, but that's down for Fiesta. MKOI find the angle, and they pounce on Vitality as they grab two.
I mean, it's a fantastic find by MKOI as we countercaster curse them, as we saw Vitality doing so many good plays, but when you look at this play, you knew LYON was in that banana bush. You knew he was standing there looking to engage on you, and you still walked up. You chose this fight. It's now Linces.
Supa dash back. Q flash going forward from Nako. W flash, or W not going to connect. They get Supa's flash, it's certainly nice, but it does feel like they should have been able to walk with the kill. That is ulti down for Linces, flash down for Nako.
Fiesta will miss those spells, but still, you need those plays for MKOI. You can't allow yourself to sit idle and wait. But look, they know he's in here. Fleshy sees him, and instead of marking him, he gets a double Cataclysm on the carries of Vitality. And Mirwin flies in there, misses the taunt, but does not matter. The Supa is now completely unleashed in the backline. You see how split Vitality is. K'Sante is in the top lane. Naafiri is hitting the grubs. What choice are Vitality making? They are making three at the same time, and no one is on the same page.
Yeah. And now Supa happy to have that additional money, still working towards that first item. Pathmaker from Nako means that headbutt pulverize combo, not going to do a lot, but Supa is a man who can carry a game on a Kai'Sa.
Absolutely.
There's a reason this was banned against him by KC, picked away by KC, banned consistently against him by G2. It's because if there's one champion that you can trust Supa to carry on, it is the Kai'Sa. So even if the lane phase setup wasn't ideal, him picking up these kills, him having these angles to fight when Vitality had such a strong position is a bit of a nightmare now for them.
Yeah, but I think this is a pretty weird swap from MKOI. They are swapping the Kai'Sa into the K'Sante, which they can't really dive. Meanwhile, they're leaving MKOI.
Just drops the aggro and Mirwin just goes down.
And they're just leaving Mirwin down here solo to fend for himself against the Ziggs. Ziggs really wants to be alone there hitting your tower. Let's see if MKOI can dive this K'Sante, but still, he's very tanky.
Nako has the power to go all out. They're going to need to stagger their CC to make sure they don't throw everything away here. No wave there. Jojo Pune going to tank a tower shot, getting lower and lower. Severing Bolt, not needed. Is there enough damage there? Rolls out the carpet for him. Meanwhile, in the top lane fight, Nako going all out, but the stun is there to hold on to dear life. Q going to finish it. The Acathian Rain getting one back as Jojo Pune now running. Comet, not going to be there. Extra movement speed for Fiesta. Oh, he missed it! Jojo, are you kidding me? Jojo escapes! I mean, he made that situation himself, but at least he gets out with his life. In the meantime, bot lane tower was taken by Vitality, so make no mistake, This is still good for them. That is the power of the Ziggs and the satchel charge, but at least they got Nako, and at least Jojopyun lives.
I mean, death taxes. AD carries down on mid wave, and top laner is dying on a weak side. After Mirren dies like Nako, you didn't have to commit to stay here, but he really felt like he could outplay it. And you see he almost had it, but look at Supa holding his plasma out attack right after the W damage reduction comes out to really secure that kill. So it's a small little mind game is being played by the support and jungle of Vitality and MKOI.
Mental conditioning. That is some advanced League of Legends tactics. The Blitzcrank players out there, I'm sure, know about it. You know, seeing which way people dodge, conditioning, always throwing it to the left or right. So love to see it. Keep an eye on it for Alvaro and Linsis, who gets the mental edge here. His Fear lands onto Alvaro. 3K left on the Herald. All of MKOI now arriving to the play. LYON into the back line. Carzzy, nice initial interrupt. Ulti onto the entire team. That's big damage, but there's no one else there to follow up. Carzzy's ulti was massive, but no one can do anything now. Linsis does manage to get the objective, but jumps over the wall and just drops the Rift Herald. Battle Herald now, trying to ride through the rest of the team. Nako coming over the wall, pulling him into the Herald. Knock back into the wall. Linsis ready for the reset, gonna jump in and dive onto Supa. Now has the reset all ready to go. The dogs are barking, but MKOI are still standing. Jojo will finally fall. Linsis dodging out. Flash over the wall there. Dizzy is Linsis. 4-0-1.
Linsis completely saving that play together with Nako. That looked super bad for Vitality. Instantly, Carzzy gets caught out, flashes before the Cataclysm even goes out. We're gonna get a replay on that, and we're gonna talk about it, because look at this. Starts with Alvaro, walking up, kind of checking the waters, and has to burn his ultimate before anything happens. But LYON finds the combo on Carzzy, and he flashes before the Cataclysm. And now, despite him finding a massive ult of the 3 people, he ends up going down, and Fleshy is left to fend for his own. And here is where you really thought that it was a good fight for MKOI, but Nako decides that he is not done. He goes for the EW on the wave together with the Herald Drive to knock up all of MKOI. Goes all out, doesn't get his W off right before the damage comes.
We're not done. The fight is going. Alvaro going for the knockup. Linsis is going to pull back. Big damage though coming out from Linsis as he's now unstoppable. His ulti not quite ready to go, but he's still on the hunt for LYON. LYON down, double kill for the dogs. Vitality rushing forward as MKOI start to fall apart. Nako clearing out the wave. The Chemtech Drake in the sights of Vitality. Fiesta doesn't even need to be here. He's already TPing up top lane just to make sure that they can push for as much as humanly possible.
And we didn't see how that fight started, but it's LYON and Alvaro going down initially in the fight. And when you're engaged, dice, and engaged during the fight, something went really, really wrong. Maybe Supa didn't have that ult to follow up. Maybe they got caught out by Fleshy. But it's once again in the mid-game where MKOI gets sloppy. They aren't taking the correct steps. They aren't choosing the correct fights, and Mirren
going all out now for Nako. Alvaro there, but it's too late. Pathmaker, Nako should have enough healing to survive. Pullback is good. He needs to keep hitting a target, though the tower is there. Fiesta, can he 1v1 Supa? Supa, this is the ideal circumstance. Right on top of the mage. The double is there. A little bit messy from Vitality. Fiesta doesn't tank the tower, makes things that much harder.
And these are 2 scrappy teams, you see it. They're constantly fighting. Even though it's not the correct decision, Vitality ends up going 0 for 2 there, but Linsis wants to get a trade kill. Has to back down. Dragon spawning in 4 minutes.
Nearly impossible, but maybe if Alvaro and LYON can find the perfect angle to start a fight, he can make it happen.
Exactly, it's really on Alvaro and LYON to find a good fight for Supa so he can shine.
Carzzy marked. LYON gonna move in, flag and drag, locks up onto Carzzy, immediate interrupt coming in for the rest of the team. Pulled back, all out goes Nako to stop LYON from coming in. It's Fiesta over the wall, mark up onto Supa. Resets coming in for Vitality, good damage from Jojo, but it's not enough. Reset on the ulti coming in for Linsis. Dogs moving in once again. The pack is calling, and MKOI simply cannot answer in the face of the overwhelming damage of Vitality.
And then LYON tries to find engage to set up Supa, but it's Linsis who has that dog in him that turns the fight for MKOI, and they're gonna turn to Baron.
He absolutely does, Finn. Incredibly dominant fight. It just seems like everything is falling apart for MKOI. Game 1 looked like a top-tier team versus a bottom-tier team, but Vitality crawled their way back in Game 2 and are fist-fighting MKOI in Game 3. What a turnaround!
What are you doing?
I don't know what he's doing. He's dying.
Oh, he's flashing out. He's trying to make something happen here. He actually pulled him off the Baron. What a display of confidence.
I mean, Fiesta is splitting bot in the meantime. There's an argument that he should have been there with the team, but
there's a strong argument.
There's a strong argument. And it is important to point out, MKOI can kill Baron quick. They have a Kai'Sa with 3 items. Vitality's Baron is incredibly slow.
Yeah, so it's Flesh's Sword that spots out LYON here, so they actually know he's coming from this flank, which gives Karsi the time to react and walks out of the combo range. And when a Jarvan combo doesn't land, you suddenly can't chain that into the Cataclysm. And when your Jarvan has to flash out, even before your team even has followed up on the engage, it's a pretty bad fight.
Oh, lock up there. Alvaro going over the wall. Linces forced to use the throw attack a little bit early. Fleshy now following up the Shattering Strike. It's Knock on the front lines, and Alvaro first to fall as MKOI retreat back to their red buff, trying to get more space. Q flash forward from Knock. He wants to make the difference. Ready for the fire to rain from the skies. Fiesta with the spire on his bear gets a ton of work done. Supa running. Knock unstoppable, but the barrier keeps Supa standing. Karsi trying to zone away.
But they can use the Dragon here. The Dragon is back in.
Mirwin finds Karsi, but now he's against 2 mages. Is he tanky enough? It looks like the answer is absolutely not. All of Vitality collapse on him to make it look too damn clean. 10 seconds till the Chemtech Soul will belong to Vitality.
And look at what MKOI are doing. They are looking to start the... Supa is in base. LYON just starts the Baron, tries to pull all of Vitality here.
They can't group in the pit. They're just going to be fishing a barrel for the double mages of Vitality. Supa on the side can do a lot of work if his front line lives, and they are not living. Fleshy now on the charge. The soul is being taken. Vitality are having their cake. They're eating all of the cake at the same time.
Delicious. It's a delicious cake, Dracos, because MKOI are crumbling to the pressure right now. They cannot execute a single good play anymore. Everything falls apart the moment the engage doesn't land. And it's Vitality who kites back calmly every single time they try to find a fight.
And this play starts off, you get a little bit of damage onto Linces, but what we've seen this entire game is now that Vitality have advantage with these double mages, Alvaro can't go out once he goes in. Even with an ulti, it's just not enough to survive, and Vitality are so lethal on the follow-up fight.
Yeah, and it's like Naku tries to extend this play, but look at that wall from Jojo right before it goes down, completely separates Fiesta from the left side of that play, so Supa actually gets a trade kill. And here, I think Mirwin saw something that didn't exist. Maybe he was fighting Ghost, maybe he wanted Supa to fly in there with him, but I don't think it's possible just to assassinate the 6 there with a Shen. You're just gonna have to give that Dragon and gonna have to go for the next play on the Baron.
Okay, well, we're about to fight again, because why would we do anything else? 26 kills, 24 minutes into this game. Linces walking way too far forward. Free damage, but that's the ulti onto Supa. He's 50% HP, and now Vitality ready to turn back, keep the fight going. Severing Bolt connects again! Ticking. Baleful Torch. Does he have Deathfire Touch as well? Supa might still follow to this. Ticking health bar. Alvaro getting zoned back. Supa does manage to survive, but his support will not. Recall still coming in for Supa. Operating close to that tower, but not too concerned. Spiring Despair onto LYON as Vitality force MKOI back. Now, setting their sights on the Baron. Again, a very, very slow Baron. With this kind of advantage, with Alvaro already dead, with Supa forced back, they should be able to take it.
I mean, it's a slow Baron, but they still have that Naafiri who does so much damage to Baron. Has all those darkened daggers just piercing the heart of the purple monster. Let's see if MKOI can actually try to contest this, because LYON is sprinting for his life. He's trying to do everything he can to get into this pit.
7K, 6K, getting lower. A flag, a drag, a dream, a cataclysm. 4K, they've split him back away from the team. Supa off to the side, jumping to the back line. Should just be able to one-shot Karsi. Taunt is there for Mirwin, doing his best to front line. But the dogs, they're on top of Supa. There's no way for him to go. Jojo Pune running away from Fiesta. It's just him and Alvaro versus the world.
But Karsi's down. Fiesta is kind of out of the fight. He needs to recall and TP back. It's just going to be Linces and Naknako, but I think they can actually get this Baron finally. And this has been the longest Baron waltz I've ever seen. Back and forth. And it feels like every single fight MKOI is losing, but for some reason Vitality took a lot of time to get his Baron, but they will be happy they finally pick it up.
That they will. 3,000 gold lead for Linces, 8-0-7. I was a little bit nervous when he locked this in Champion Select, but his laners played well in their individual matchups despite some rough starts, gave him those opportunities, and now he's taken over. Yeah,
and look at LYON. He tries to get onto Karsi here with the Shen, but the great satchel by Karsi brings him to safety, and Supa tries to go in, but you have assassinated the 6, but there's a 7-0 Naafiri chewing on your nostrils as Fiesta is flashing out of the Byron pit.
You certainly paint a picture, Finn. I don't know, chewing on his nose. All right, fair enough.
I mean, he did.
He did. The dog loves chewing.
The
dog can do whatever it wants. It wants to chew on your nostrils. Very poorly behaved dog.
Yeah.
Unless you're Vitality. They're really excited about this one.
Yeah. But now Fiesta has no flash still. Has the Sonya's picked up, so should LYON try to dive onto him, he has that hourglass to stall for a little bit of time. Supa, he needs to make a miracle. He needs to have the perfect
negative rather than positive, and it means MKOI have a lot more space to play with than they probably should at this kind of goal deficit.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is the sheer amount of damage on this Vitality comp right now. You have Lynxes, Fiesta, Carsey, every ability hitting so hard. Look at Mirwin. His items aren't really tanky.
LYON. Fear, the spiraling despair. Fiesta tries to proto belt out, but the Cataclysm still catches him, and now MKOI have an angle to follow up. Fiesta buys an extra second with the Zhonya's. Lens is now on the collapse. Supa flying into the backline, but he can't hit anybody. Forced away, 50% HP. Fiesta still face tanking through the power of the Chemtech Soul, and it's JoJoPune losing out as Fiesta still lives for far too long. JoJoPune finds the shutdown. Carsey on the chase. Nako to finish it.
Oh, it's a chase now. It's a chase.
Supa running. MKOI simply too far behind. Vitality winning out with their wallets in an otherwise close fight as Fleshy will fall as well. But Supa's still alive! He takes another one with him. It's all eyes on Lynxes and Nako to hold it. Alvaro, the sacrificial cow, to give the team space to run away as Lynxes is legendary.
This game's fights are crazy, Dracos. I mean, it's a miracle that MKOI are finding some sort of fighting capabilities. This will just be the Elder Dragon for the Nafiri. Like, Nako's gonna push out his wave, and I think they're gonna start it together. But the fact that they found that pick onto Fiesta, and the fact that they lived for so long before going down is crazy.
And I take it back, Chemtech Soul may be good on everyone. Yeah, how did he live for so long? Nako going all in on LYON. Again, the only goal here is to keep them away from this Elder Dragon, and it takes a lot of time for Lynxes to do it.
7k, LYON is gonna manage to end up being here.
He's gonna be
down
here.
50-50, but the Nafiri's smite is very strong with a double Darkened Dagger.
That it is. TP now coming in. Ziggs on the way. Carsey on the way. All 5 members of Vitality in the area. Mirwin getting pulled back. They backed away from the Elder. Now MKOI need to immediately retreat, but they might not have the space to do so. Forced to fight in the pinch. Vitality are uncertain if they want to keep going, but that answer is not the case for Lynxes, who goes way too far. Forced now into the GA. Bomb across the top. The Mega Inferno Bomb not connecting. Good pacing coming in from MKOI. Fiesta caught in the Cataclysm. The follow-up damage not quite there. Fear onto JoJo. Fleshy forced back. Elder back in the sights of Vitality.
Supa, you know he wants to out-attack people, but how can he out-attack someone? Lynxes goes in and gets popped by the GA, but still, Fiesta, Carsey, the range, the CC of Vitality nullifies any attempt that's to at least break an inhib, at least an inhib.
Yeah, really taking his time. Bro,
okay.
This is rude.
Okay, just kidding.
This is like when the cat brings home the mouse or the bird and it's not really dead. They're just batting at it. I guess it's a dog instead. But there you go. That's an Elder Dragon. Reduced to that, unfortunately.
Did you just compare Elder Dragon to dead mouse?
That's pretty much that's what it looks like, bro. He's just sitting there holding it like, okay, hit me again. Hit me again.
Let's watch this fight. Because, yeah, as you say, MKOI had to pull out of this fight. And Nako goes all out on Mirwin, but he just walks out of it. And it looked a little bit sketchy here because Lynxes gets caught on this side. Going on to Mirwin, gets popped in his GA. But it's so difficult for Supa to hit, because who can hit? It's such a tight corridor. Sonya says the Mega Inferno Bomb, and never mind.
No, can't Sonya is that? Flashing away, he's still dead! Oh my gosh!
Is that one ult?
80 carries, it's time for you to get on social media and complain, boys. The mages are here.
Tweets,
fire up the tweets, the mages are here.
Right now, I want to see a hate spread for 6. Oh my god, I'm pretty sure that was one super mega Inferno Bomb that killed Supa.
Taking him down. Empowered by Elder, to be fair, but Vitality on a victory march. MKOI did a good job in the last fight, but they're simply too far behind in gold. All their previous mistakes catching up to them. Could not fight on even footing. Vitality in the victory lap.
Oh my god.
Vitality set to take down MKOI. MKOI set to go 0-3 in Paris. KC fans eating good today.
And Fiesta, what a display of confidence on this way. Solo killing JoJoPune. finally bouncing back after his first 2 series, but look at the TP here. Alvaro is behind.
Alvaro on the flank, immediately gonna get interrupted, still finds the 2-man knockup. They're holding on to hope. Jojupin doesn't have the ulti in the right spot, and Alvaro's just gonna die. That's it. Flash in for Fleshy, looking for the re-engage, manages to lock up 3. The immediate follow-up coming in for the rest of Vitality. Ulti from Linces. The egg is there, scrambling Jojopu in his own base as he remains legendary. 11-0-7 for those dogs as Vitality cut down MKOI and Paris comes to life. The Hate Watcher is eating good as Vitality strikes back.
What a comeback for this Vitality team. Everyone was against them. They were having so many opinions about the roster changes. But finally, Fiesta shows what he can do on this stage.
Vitality, it's a road of improvement, but that's the kind of thing that you need to get the momentum in your favor for the rest of this season, ending on a win. Linces, Fleshy, and Carzzy are your options for Kia Player of the Series, but we know who the right answer is. It's actually really close.
Yeah.
It's really close.
I think Carzzy and Linces for me.
Carzzy and Linces for sure.
Are too quiet.
I think Linces.
Linces had a fantastic game 3, and the Pantheon as well was flawless. The Aegis Assault blocking was the comeback play for Vitality in that game. I think it's got to go to Linces.